Exactly a year ago on this date, 5 people perished in a helicopter crash at the Lake Nakuru National Park. Apollo Malowa, the captain, died alongside Sam Gitau, Anthony Kipyegon, John Mapozi and Veronica Muthoni in the run-up to the repeat presidential election. 3 bodies were retrieved and buried, but 2 have never been found to date.
In memory of the deceased, NTV's Brygettes Ngana spoke with their families since they were robbed of their loved ones in a crash that once again exposed the country's disaster management preparedness or lack of it thereof.
On 21st October 2017, a cloud of darkness hung over the Lake Nakuru National Park. This was during the early hours of the search mission of the chopper that had plunged into the lake with 5 occupants. The tragedy uniting 5 families in grief, and for close to a month, they swarmed the shores of the lake, overlooking the operation with anxiety and despair. This accident had robbed them of their young and energetic loved ones, whose prospects of a successful future had just begun sprouting, until death's cold sting abruptly cut down those lush dreams. 3 bodies of Apollo Malowa, the pilot, Anthony Kipyegon and Veronica were retrieved in the course of the search and recovery mission. However, Sam Gitau's and John Mapozi's bodies have never been found to date. Rahab Nyawera attempts to lull her child, perhaps disturbed by our presence in their humble abode. Rahab was Sam Gitau's fiancée, and at the time of his demise, she was heavily pregnant. In an instant, she was thrust into raising their child alone.
In fact, I used to call him Baba Yetu. So, one, I could not believe what I had, seeing on TV breaking news that there's a plane that's crashed at Lake Nakuru. Later getting a call from a cousin and telling me, says, Baba mtoto wako alikuwa kwa hiyo ndege imeanguka kwa lake. So that was the sentence. I got confused, and it has not been easy.
For Rahab and her daughter, the loss of Sam meant the death of all the aspirations they had as a couple, and she carries with her a heavy load of emptiness.
We had plans of raising our baby together, starting up a family, and doing great things together. Basically, I never dreamt that I'm gonna raise my baby alone. I never imagined.
This is the home of Veronica Muthoni, and for her parents, this month of October now elicits happiness and anguish in equal measure. The late Veronica Muthoni was born in October some 23 years ago, and she had just celebrated her birthday the previous weekend before she met her death. She was the firstborn in a family of 3 daughters.
Hii si kitu ilifanyika hapa nyumbani. Ati saa venye mtoto unaweza kuwa na mtoto amekuwa mgonjwa ama amepata accident tukaitwa na hapo, kama ni kitu ilikuwa worldwide. Unaona? Na venye ilikuwa kusema ukweli, Mungu tu ndiye anajua.
As he led us to her grave, Veronica's father says she had a zeal to help her parents, raise her siblings, and was actively involved even in local politics. She had dreams of changing the financial fortunes of her family.
Alikuwa mtu wa bidii. Hata hapa nilikuwa nimewapea niko na wasichana 3. Nilikuwa nimewapea kila mtu ploti, akasema mimi kwanza sitajenga, nitajengea nyinyi. Mama, kwanza nitajengea mama.
Investigations into the probable cause of the crash have been going on in the past 1 year. According to the Kenya Civil Aviation Authority, there are many factors that come into play when investigating such accidents, and the responsibility of the report on the Nakuru chopper crash lies with the Chief Investigator of Aircraft Accidents in the Ministry of Transport. As things stand, Rahab is yet to come to terms with her loss.
Most of the time, I really want to believe that he's still alive and he's gonna come back someday. So, I've never come to terms with that, and even now, I just don't want to believe that he's dead. No, he's not. He's not.
At a similar time as this last year, the Lake Nakuru National Park became a deathbed when a chopper with 5 occupants crashed into the waters of this lake. A year later, the report that would ascertain the cause of that tragic crash is yet to be made public. Brygettes, Ngana, NTV, Nakuru County.
Every day, we pray for solace to the family. We're taking a short break.